In this week's Torah portion of Ba'alotcha, Miriam and Aaron gossip about their brother Moshe. Now the truth is, it may not have been derogatory. It could have actually been something where they were looking out after his welfare. And yet they were gossiping behind his back. And this is something that the Torah teaches us does not stand. God, speaking to them, feels he needs to punish them, to chastise them. And so he turns to Miriam and Aaron and says, Shimuna Devarai, listen to me, please. It's a very strange way of opening up a conversation when you want to give it to somebody. Listen to me, please. Why would God use such language? The commentator, the Siftei Hachamim, says something very powerful. He says that had God spoken to them in a harsh and angry tone, they simply would not have heeded his message. This is Miriam and Aaron. They were themselves prophets. And yet, had God spoken to them with anger, they wouldn't have been able to have received the message that was being said. In our lives, we sometimes need to communicate messages to people who we may feel frustrated with, perhaps exhibit anger towards, or in the best of circumstances, wish to help them because of their behavior. Yet do we fly off the handle when we speak to our spouses? Is it with anger? When we speak to our work colleagues, is it with a raised voice? When we speak with our associates, our friends, those around us, when we speak with our kids, if we've been so blessed to have children, what's the tone, the tact, and the temperature of our voices? Incredibly, the quieter one speaks, the greater the likelihood of being heard. In a beautiful verse, King Solomon teaches in Kohelet, Ma'aneh Rach Yashiv Hema, that words spoken with gentleness turn away a lot of anger. One provocative remark can get a person to dig their heels in. And yet, the greatest of fury can be turned aside with a soft word. Let's remember, the louder the word, the quieter it's heard. And in a world where everybody seems to be screaming for attention, if we can speak a little quieter, there's more chance that we'll be heard. Shabbat Shalom.